Ivojevic, Teodora Kostovic to match control. Ivojevic, Teodora Kostovic to match control.
How much? Oh, are you just gonna tie it? Yeah. Okay. I didn't know that they have the. Perfect.
So player announcement, if you need to complete your per diem form, please come to match control to be able to do that. If you need to... Any players on site who need to complete their per diem form for the J300, please come to match control before 2:30 p.m. If you need to complete your per diem, please come to match control before 2:30 p.m. So tournament announcement, we are anticipating play to start at 2:10 for all matches. That's 2:10 for all matches to resume, to start. Luca Ampel, Enzo Coleman de Freitas, Jan Klimas, Nadia Kulbiej, Eva Ionescu, Kay Shinara, Pablo Martinez Gomez to match control. John Climax, Pablo Martinez Gomez to match control.
One, two.
One, two, test, 1, 2. Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome along to finals day at the Lexus British Open Roehampton. Apologies for the delay to start to play today, but as usual, the British weather causing some delays today. But soon we'll have play on court for our finals, and we're very much looking forward to first up on court one. Thanks for being with us today, everybody, and being patient with the weather as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to finals day in the Lexus British Open at Roehampton. Please welcome onto court one our finalists in the women's singles from the Netherlands, Dida de Groot, and also from Japan, Yua Kamiji. It's Friday, Pride Day, and every day we can all be allies to those in the LGBTQ+ community. Today is about raising visibility and awareness of the LGBTQ+ inclusion in tennis. Tennis is a sport where everyone can feel accepted and welcomed, no matter your sexuality or gender identity. If you're interested in finding out more, head to the Pride in Tennis website at prideintennis.org.uk.
All players with matches in the Junior Championships qualifying to your match court, ready for play. That's all players with matches in the Junior Championships qualifying to your match courts, ready for play. Dida de Groot, Yui Kamiji, court 1, ready for play. Sam Schroeder, Niels Vink, court 2, ready for play. Dida de Groot, Yui Kamiji, court 1, show court, ready for play. Sam Schroeder, Niels Vink, court 2, ready for play.
Well, rather belatedly, and certainly much later than we would have liked, we are back for the final day of the Lexus British Open in Roehampton, and we have the women's singles final about to commence between the world #1 and the world #2, and they've been that way for the last 6 years. The Dutch woman Dida de Groot and Yui Kamiji of Japan. There is umpire just putting his glasses, making sure he can see all those line calls well. So we don't have any line judges for this final, so he'll be. Oh, actually, do we? I think we do. Actually, yes, we do. Sorry, you hear a voice. Noise is off, as we say. As I welcome to the microphone Hannah Smith. Yes, she was just noticing. I was looking around, and there are going to be some line judges for this final, so perhaps he won't be quite as involved. Lewis Barala today, as we watch Dida de Groot and Yui Kamiji. Hello, good afternoon. And also, first, we've been looking into the history
Kylie
of the
Campbell,
group, and
court
it is
3,
so
ready for
impressive
play.
how dominant
Kylie
she's been
Campbell,
for
court
pretty
3,
much the
ready
last
for play.
decade, really.
Yeah, I think it's hard to actually look at those numbers and be able to comprehend how much winning she has been able to do. It was a 145 match win streak. I mean, that is just absolutely incredible. She's a winning machine, isn't she, this Dutch woman?
Certainly is, and they've only played on grass 3 times, but this is their matchup, their head-to-head. 46 wins for Dida, 15 for Yui Kamiji. I say amazingly, considering all their history, it's only the 3rd time they've bet on this service, as you can hear. The wind is ripping around a bit, but it's keeping that rain away, because every time we've looked likely to start, the rain has started again. We know we have a very narrow window today, because as the forecast changes greatly, looks like the rain's going to set in by 5 o'clock, so try and get at least 2 matches done on number 1 court, and try and get the remainder done on the other courts that are fit for play. Yeah, I'm always amazed, shouldn't be, because I've seen it so many times, of Dida de Groot's career record, only 68 losses. Not very surprising. She has been the world number 1 since March 2018. That's going for 30 individual wins in a row against Yui Kamiji. Go back to February 2021. The Japanese last had a victory over her. That was in the Melbourne Cup. But hope springs eternal, because Dida didn't have
So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome along to final state of the Lexus British Open at Roehampton. For this, the women's singles final on court 1.
Yeah, she did.
To introduce our players
It's a
to
pretty
you.
tough match that
First
she
up,
played,
the
but she
umpires
again
right.
just finds a way.
The Groot is the world
Matches
number
that
1
she's
in both
won,
the
she
women's
just knows how to find a
doubles
way,
and
doesn't she, in
singles
those tricky
games, born in
moments. And
1996 in the
we thought there
Netherlands.
was an upset on the
She
card,
started playing
7-6
tennis
in the
at
first
age
set. We
of
both
7,
looked at
turning
each other and we were like,
professional
oh,
at
maybe
17.
maybe
The
something's
group
going to
has
happen here,
89
but
singles
shows
titles
her
to her
champion
name, winning
qualities,
7
managed to turn
already
it
in
around again.
2024, including the French Open and the Australian Open. Incredibly, she has won all 4 Grand Slams multiple times in both the singles and doubles games. At the last Paralympic Games in Tokyo, she also won gold in both the singles and doubles. To the umpire's left, Yui Kamiji is 30 years of age and has been playing wheelchair tennis since the age of 11. Currently ranked number 2 in the world in both the singles and doubles. She has won an outstanding 101 singles titles. 6 of those titles have come in 2024, most recently at the Barcelona Open. In the doubles game, she has won 95 events. These 2 players know each other well. Today's final will be their 62nd career meeting. The last 34 meetings between the pair have all been finals. The last time they played each other that wasn't a final was at the semi-final stage of the British Open in 2019. This will be their 3rd meeting on grass. The other 2 grass court meetings were at Eastbourne and Wimbledon in 2022. They have also played 18 Grand Slam finals against each other in total. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Dida de Groot and Yui Kamiji.
Yeah, just looking at the, thank you for that, looking at
The umpire for the women's singles final is Luiz Parada from Brazil.
Looking at the
2
Grand
minutes.
Slam history, obviously bearing in mind Wimbledon around the corner for Dida. She won in 2023, 2022 and 2021. She's got 5 Wimbledon victories in singles. And she's got 3 in doubles as well. So very comfortable on this surface. So she was tested and was pushed all the way by fellow Dutch woman Jiske Griffin yesterday. But we'll see what Yui has in the tank. So it's a long time now since she got victory. We're looking at almost 3.5 years. And there can't be much, I think, Alan, now that these 2 do not know about each other's game.
No, not at all. I'm not sure there's too many secrets between any of the wheelchair players out here. They've played so many times,
1
and
minute.
like we always say, when you know someone's game so well as these 2 do, it's just about who can execute the best.
We'll find out today what's likely to be the case.
Ladies and gentlemen, this match consists in best of 3 tiebreak sets.
By the way, in case you were expecting to see
Didier de Groot won the toss and chose to serve.
of Alfie Hewitt today. He's got a little bit of a sore shoulder. So no singles final for him here as he prepares for Wimbledon next week.
30 seconds.
Dida wants a ball. Can you give me one? Yeah, so no Alfie Hewitt today, I'm afraid. We were looking forward very much to that final with Gustavo Fernandez, but Alfie deciding shoulder's just a little bit troublesome. We did kind of flag it up for you, I think on Thursday, Anna. I think you saw it pretty much on the first change of ends that he had a bit of strapping, and it's just not to be in terms of him trying to get back-to-back victories in the British Open.
Yeah, I think I saw some taping on his left shoulder as well yesterday, so obviously
End of warm-up.
that upper body region is causing him a little bit of problems, and there's no point taking any risks. Obviously Wimbledon is the one slam that he's missing, isn't it? So he's going to go all out, and played a lot of tennis already over this grass court season, so as much as it pains us not to see him today, I think it was probably the smart choice.
Yeah, we look forward to seeing him in action next week. In terms of keeping himself in his optimum performance level, we'll see in a week's time whether he can get his first singles title at Wimbledon, because he has the doubles with Gordon Reid. Now, this meeting between these two was a meeting on clay, the French Riviera. I keep having a problem with that for some reason. French Riviera Open.
Tongue twister.
Not for most people, no. 7-5, 6-4. As we mentioned, as I say otherwise, all won by Dida. It's a rare occasion. They actually did have back-to-back meetings on grass in 2022 at Eastbourne and at Wimbledon on those 2 occasions.
First set.
The Japanese only
Dida de
managed to
Groot
take
to serve.
5 games and 6 games respectively. So Dida de Groot will serve first in this final. Starting the way she means to go on.
Could this be ominous signs for Kamichi if she is playing like that today?
She's a bit of an ice maiden, is Dida. Doesn't show a lot of emotion, kind of, I'd say robotic, but gets the job done with the least amount of effort, it seems. Oh, that's nice.
Great.
Yeah. The
15-all.
small band of supporters and fans really enjoyed. I think that Kamichi can make a match of this.
You were saying how she doesn't show any emotion, but she's just so efficient, isn't she?
30-15.
She is like a winning machine. She knows exactly what to do, knows exactly what shot to play at the right time.
She puts an awful lot on that first serve as well. She gets her first serve in, it really rears up at you. Difficult to get her racket on it. Well, let's talk about her anticipation.
30-all.
On occasion, Kamichi slightly got the better of her. This is encouraging in terms of a competitive final. She is testing the de Groot serve early here.
Oh.
Now, that's not something you see all that often.
40.
The world number one being rushed, which she has been on a couple of occasions. That one she didn't get to, and the one that she couldn't return.
I think that's something that Kamichi's going to have to do a lot of today. We've seen time and time again when de Groot has time and space on the ball, she can really unleash. She's got to find a way to rush her, try and get her out of her rhythm.
She's got a second serve to look at here. This would be a nice marker if she could get a break. Oh, she got it.
Game
On the
coming.
double.
First game.
And there you go. Again, that's commentator's curse, doing the big build-up, saying, you know, she glides on water on those wheels of hers, and she gets broken straight away with that double fault. So the real test will come on the Kamiji serve, because it's not as strong, not as penetrative as the De Groot one. And De Groot will be annoyed about that. And no doubt be jumping all over the Japanese serve. She's just registered 600 victories on the tour as Kamiji. And what it means
You
for
and
her
Kamiji
to
to
get
serve.
win number 601. And that barren streak of nearly 3.5 years since she last beat the Dutch woman. So early break. It is 1-love to Kamiji. Well, she got a nice deep
Love
first
15.
serve in there. But when it got into the rally itself, Root got the better of it. Yeah, that was nice.
Maneuvered the chair
15-all.
really well, didn't she? Out the way, coming down the middle at Kamiji. Almost managed to cut inside the ball, was always moving away from De Groot.
Fault. Out. 15-30. Fault.
She had the
15-40.
chance, didn't she? She had the space down the line, just pushed it wide.
Well, break in the first game. That would be an immediate break back here for De Groot.
Game. De Groot.
Oh yeah, a little
One game all.
fist pump there to signify to do the immediate bounce back, and she did to 15. So that early break negated by De Groot. One game all. It is the women's singles final here at Roehampton, the Lexus British Open. De Groot looking again to win the title.
Low 15.
That's one thing that De Groot has been so good at over her career. Anytime she's had any disappointment, got broken, she's so good at breaking straight back. She really is relentless.
That's good though.
15-30.
Sat there in the middle of the box. Again, Kamichi just lining up on the forehand. That's the danger when you're playing against a lefty. Normally that would have been straight into the backhand or straight into the hip, but that just goes right into the slot.
Thirty-oh.
Oh, break point again for the Japanese. Already broken once. Don't have the serve broken immediately back, but a chance to get in front again. 2-1. What's their strategy going to be here? Yeah, she's done it again. Well, de Groot's serve broken on 2 occasions, and we should say that she's in kind of record-breaking mode this year. 6th Australian singles title earlier this year in Melbourne, and it was Kamichi she beat in that final. 21 singles titles in Grand Slams, equaling a record set by her compatriot Esther Verheer. So another one at Wimbledon next week, and she will be the most crowned, the most acclaimed Dutch female tennis player.
Yeah, and you have to say it's just a matter of time, don't you? I mean, you dread to think about the numbers that she's going to have by the end of her career. Countless more titles. Like I said before, she's just a winning machine.
Quite going the way she would like it at this moment, but she never gets phased. She has a really nice routine. She's actually doing some nice, big, deep breathing exercises there. All the years I've been covering her, what, 8 or 9 now. Never really see her get flustered, whether it's doubles or singles. All seems to be under control, even if things rarely do. Slightly out of her control. She seems to wrest them back like she did by giving that immediate break back at the beginning of the set. Well, she's in a similar position again here. Has to break the Kamichi serve. This is 2-1 to the Japanese.
Clever shot there. I really like the way that Kamichi started this match. Been using the higher balls, pushing de Groot back. Gives her the option, doesn't it, of using that drop shot that we've seen time and time again this week. Has been so successful for all the players.
A very smart match.
30-11.
The Japanese right now. Just working the ball around to areas where de Groot can't get to them. Can she hold on to her serve here and give herself a little margin to push on?
$30-15.
smartly worked there from De Groot. Again, that high ball. See it rearing up to the backhand. Wasn't able to get enough depth off it. She gets up to that ball so quickly.
Hi!
40-30. Out. Game, Kamiji.
Serve was
3 games to
on the
1.
long side. It looked a little bit, but well, it's obviously flush on the line, as the umpire was concerned. And Kamiji does this time what she couldn't do last time, let the break and hold. So 3-1. That's the NEC Masters last year, the end of season event on clay. She last took the first set against De Groot. She's looking to push home that advantage.
Come out firing today, hasn't she, Kamiji? Really taking the match to De Groot.
Out. 15-0.
I don't think she's got any other way she can play this. She can't be passive because De Groot will just overwhelm her. So she's got to use all the tools at her disposal.
Four. 15-30.
And these are the moments as well she's got to take advantage of. De Groot just slow out of the blocks, hasn't she, today? Kamiji's obviously got her nose ahead. She wants to keep that momentum going and push forward as much as she can on the scoreboard.
$30. 40-30.
That did look a little bit long to me. No call came from the umpire though.
No, not going to get to that.
Game, De Groot.
So, at long last, she
Kamiji
has
leads
held.
3 games to 2.
Not often that she has a serve broken back-to-back, but she had. Now, pressure surely will come right back on the Kamiji serve again at 3-2. 5 games done. Certainly hoping that the weather holds good, holds firm for the rest of today. And the plan of action is it will bring you Martin De La Puente and Joachim Gerard against Tob Egberink and Michael Schaefers next, and then we'll see where we go from there. I don't promise too much in advance because the weather forecast for about 5 o'clock onwards is not great, but we should be able to bring you that men's doubles final. Could easily have been Ben Bartram in that Very lucky escape by the #1 seeds last night. Terrific match. Kawasaki as well. Yeah.
Time.
7-2 up in that tie break set. And I think both Joe and Martin yesterday said how lucky they were, how fortunate they were to escape. So that's what I saw yesterday. I would fancy Ink Brink and Schaefer's, but it's another day. Conditions are slightly different. It was nice warm sunshine with a bit of wind today. Just a bit overcast, a bit grey. So they will just try and speed it through as best they can because we're a bit against the clock today. Right. Let's see what we can see from the third service game of the Japanese, who still has that break under her belt.
Fault.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Love
Kamiji,
15.
she could see the fear in her eyes going, what can I do if this ball comes back now?
Hope for the best, I think. It's very rare that you see De Groot miss one of those.
Out. 15-0.
So the commentator's curse came from another seat today. That's good.
First time this week, though.
Yeah, it's
So,
very good.
so I've done all right.
I've
4
been
days in.
I've been waiting to pass on the baton for the last 4 days. It's now yours.
Hopefully just a one-time thing.
15-30.
Yeah. You can tell just starting to grow into this match now. Creativity that she has. How frustrating must it be to face her and go, I'm going to have to play another ball now. I thought when I left my racket that was a winner. And she places that right on the tram line when it comes up.
Well, there was a forehand that she got earlier on in that rally where she managed to get it a foot onto the baseline. She's pretty much out of camera angle. Again, don't know how she even managed to get that, let alone turn the point around and hit that winner.
2 break points to bring it back to 3-3. Signs here for the Japanese. Had to be
Game.
a bit more penetrative than that.
3 games old.
De Groot will just say, thank you very much, right in my wheelhouse. And it was. So, 2 breaks apiece now. 3-3. And normal service has been restored.
We'll see. We will see. She's just starting to crank up the momentum, isn't she? Just starting to find her groove.
Still winners from the other side of the court,
15.
though. Groot won't be taking it for granted. Oh, just took that. Right back of the chair.
15-0.
We've said it numerous times before. We'll say it no doubt many more times again. Ball directly back at the chair. Very difficult to maneuver it out the way. Certainly more difficult to construct a shot.
30-15.
Just starting to control a lot more of
14,
these rallies,
15.
isn't she? In those opening few games, Kamiji was really bossing them a lot more, especially using that forehand. It's a De Groot forehand that's really coming to prominence.
Out. Game De Groot.
And that's always a problem against
New
the
balls.
#1 seed. You have to
De Groot
give it
leads
just that
4 games
extra.
to 3.
And sometimes they give it just a bit too much to counteract the ball that might potentially come back to you after Groot's racket. And for the first time in the match, in terms of games, she is in front by 4-3. And we've talked about before this week about the depth in Dutch female wheelchair tennis. And just to correct something I said earlier on, because that French Open victory recently for Dida, she actually has surpassed Esther Verheer in terms of Grand Slam singles titles. And when you consider she's kind of thought of as Dutch royalty as Esther, don't know quite where that puts Dida now. She's still got some more years left on her career now as well.
Yeah, she does. She's got plenty more years to add to that total, and obviously going for another career Grand Slam this year. Olympics as well. Did it back in 2001.
Time.
You wouldn't bet against her, would you?
You wouldn't, and the fact is that she looks equally comfortable on all surfaces as a Grand Slam record would show. She doesn't kind of have most of it on hard or most of it on grass. Pretty evenly spread on the 3 surfaces that we use for the Grand Slams.
Just shows what an all-round good player she is, that she can adapt to any surface, any court speed, any condition, really. I think that's a scary thing, isn't it, for her opponents? It's trying to think, where can I find weaknesses in a game? And I think most players struggle to find that.
So, new balls. 3-4. Japanese needs to find some of that range again from the early games. Problem is, every time you recover,
Low,
you get
15.
that ball back in the court, you know you've left a vast expanse of court. So to Groot to just put the ball out of reach. She's done it several times, she's done it again.
Especially if you drop it anywhere short. She's up to it so quickly, and she can really just pick her opponent off, can go either direction.
Out. 15-0. Fault. 15-30.
First double fault for the Japanese.
Net for service. Outs. 15-14. Outs. Game the Groot. The Groot leads 5-3.
Yeah, afraid from a Japanese point of view, after a very, very impressive start, she was bossing the game for a bit. Not quite the way now. Tina de Groot has had success breaking the Japanese serve and now serves herself set number 1.
Fault. Low 15.
Third double. Curious return.
15 all.
It's tricky, wasn't it? It was at the body. Really hard to do anything with it. Just needed to find a way to get it back in court, and she did well.
Net for service. Net for service. Thirty 15.
She's so good at sniffing out any opportunities, isn't she?
Depth every time, isn't it? Just inside the baseline. Don't really get a chance to bring the racket back and make a proper shot of it.
There's a big puff of the cheeks there, wasn't there, from Kamiji? I think you've got your nose in front against de Groot, and she has other ideas.
Yeah, she's been here a few times before. Ooh, let's get that ball back in the court. We lost sight of that completely.
40-15.
We've just heard from Heathrow Airport, been spotted by one of their pilots. Went absolutely into the stratosphere. We lost sight of that. No idea where it was, but luckily de Groot did, and she has 2 set points.
$40-30.
Just keeps throwing in the occasional double fault today, as a Dutch woman, giving a little bit of hope to Kamiji. Planes not directly overhead today, slightly different location.
The use.
Surprising miss again. There's just been a few uncharacteristic errors. It hasn't quite been the free-flowing Dida that we know. But again, we've talked about it this week before. Sometimes you've got to win when you're not playing your best tennis.
Serving stats aren't going to be that impressive, even if she does close this first set out. Ooh, great return. What a forehand that is.
Advantage. Kamiji.
And just see here how well she moves into the ball. She was ready for this, wasn't she? Searching for the forehand. And she finds the angle, and all of a sudden, this game has a very different outlook on it.
Yes. Yeah,
Game,
two
Kamichi.
absolutely
The group leads
impeccable
5
back-to-back
games to 4.
points there from the world number 2. And she's got that break back. She needs to hold on to her serve, of course, now as well. But yeah, there are just times when Kamiji is out thinking, out bossing De Groot. Happening often enough, but yeah, 4 double faults. Fairly uncharacteristic from the Dutch woman.
That's what I was thinking as well, looking at the numbers. The serve just hasn't quite got going. We've seen glimpses of it, but Kamiji, to her credit, she's returned really well. She's been looking to be aggressive. We saw that in that previous game to get the break, especially searching for that forehand. I think that's what she did well in the opening few games, didn't she? She was the one who was bossing the rallies, dictating. She had Dida on the move. Then De Groot came back and she was the one bossing it, and surprisingly, she gave up her serve there, having had a couple of set points.
It's another Dutch woman, Nick van Koot, to make this final. Could have been an all
Time.
Dutch affair. And she's still very much in this first set. More carefully. More consideration on the Kamiji serve. Taking her time. She's very efficient. She wants to get on with things, but as you play to the server, and De Groot's been ready for a while. I think she's actually been in position for about 30 seconds now.
I quite like that though from Kamiji, making her wait, wanting to play at her own speed.
I wouldn't want to get her riled up.
15
but
love.
when your game's working this well, perhaps you can take that risk. Nice.
Just didn't get enough depth on the
30
return,
love.
and really aggressive couple of points here from Kamiji.
I think coupled with the last 2 points of the last game as well. It's a kind of 4 back-to-back that she's bossed so far.
$40 love.
5 points in a row. Now,
40-15.
tell you exactly why that happened, because both times De Groot came flying in off the baseline. I think could be no more worrying or concerning look out of your peripheral vision and see Dida De Groot heading towards you.
$40-30.
She is a prominent, imposing figure, isn't she? When she's on the prowl. Showed it again there with that backhand return this time.
Just got a point to make it 5-all. Now, it's been interesting. Kamiji has been generally taking it on the first bounce very effectively. Just waited on the second bounce, and it didn't work for her that time.
Just looked like she was sort of in between shots, wasn't she? I think she initially wanted to move forward, then maybe wasn't quite so confident when it decided to move back. Probably wasn't the right shot, lost all the pace on the ball, and all of a sudden a fairly comfortable looking hold doesn't look so comfortable anymore.
But little bit by
Advantage.
a lack of
Kamichi.
return from De Groot.
Game Kamichi.
Tight,
5
but we
games
do have a
all.
lines judge on that line today. And it's right in line with it. So, yeah, a little bit of pressure towards the end of the game, but she does hold. And it's back on serve again at 5-all in this women's singles final.
One-two
15
punch.
love.
This time with the backhand. Just needs to try and have a little bit more energy out here. It's been quite a subdued performance from De Groot. Normally we're so used to her bossing the rallies a little bit more. She hasn't quite had it all her own way today.
Oh, nice. Again, she's done that a few times today.
15 all.
Good service return. Wide and deep. And De Groot could do nothing about it.
Net for service.
Oh!
15-30.
First bar gate. 5 double faults.
It's been surprising the way that this momentum's gone in the first set, hasn't it? You thought when De Groot's got her nose in front, she'd hit home that advantage, but that's not been the case.
Right on the baseline.
15-40.
Expression rarely changes, but into some pressure here. 2 break points. Kamichi will serve for the first set. That's what she's going to do,
Game Kamichi.
because that
Kamichi
is a
leads
break
6
to
games to 5.
15. And it's a very different complexion right now. Well, to be fair, Kamichi started quickest out of the traps. He thought the De Groot comeback was imminent. Kind of started, but now very different look. As I mentioned the last time that Kamichi took the first set against De Groot, it was in the Masters at the end of 2023. She actually took that first set 6-1. And now what's she thinking? She's rarely in this position. She's happened a couple of times in the last couple of years where she's taken the first set, but not often. And I just saw a few little doubts coming into her mind a couple of games ago, but she seems to have banished those now.
Yeah, she has. I think these first couple of points in the service game are really going to be crucial.
Time.
If De Groot's just able to open up a bit of advantage, that pressure's going to be straight back onto Kamichi. But she's done exceptionally well, hasn't she, from 5-3 down in this opening set. Saved some set points, and she's really turned this set on its head.
Well, we know that De Groot will certainly be looking to come in like she does in doubles, try and get inside that baseline or very close to it. Some pressure on that first serve. Made 2 doubles so far from Kamichi, but one of those was definitely where she looked up and saw the Dutch woman coming in at a rapid rate of knots. the ball so crisply as well today, Kamiji.
15 love.
Been very assertive, hasn't she, in these rallies? But we said that that's what you've got to do against Dida. She's so good at controlling the points. Anytime you drop it short, she's pretty clinical, but she hasn't had it all her own way today.
Out.
Overcooks it.
30 love.
Overcooks it, and you don't see that very often. Very measured in the way that she constructs her points and strokes, but it's massively overhit. Oh.
40 love.
She is the one bossing the points at the moment, so much so that she's just brought up 3 set points.
Fault. Game in first set.
So unlike the Green, just to
7
dump
games
that
to
into
5.
the net. And just like happened in the semi-final, she has dropped the first set. And Yui Kamiji, just to remember and just to remind you, without a victory over Dida since February 2021, 3.5 years ago. Well, she probably won't get a better chance than this.
I don't think she will. De Groot just looks out of sorts, doesn't she? 5-3 up in that first set, had those set points. Normally, you'd say that first set was in the bag, but a couple of sloppy points, and Kamiji was just able to dig in, and ultimately she was a much better player in those last 4 games.
Let's look at the statistical details of that first set.
You mentioned about the numbers, but you actually look at them, and De Groot had much better first serve points, 2% better. But again, it came down to just those 3 points, and it really could have gone either way. Both players super clinical on their break point conversions. But again, it just came down to a couple of missed opportunities. De Groot will feel like she should have had that opening set in the bag. Should be sat down 6-3 up. But all of a sudden, she's got a lot of work to do, and she's going to have to come back like she did yesterday. Going to have to show all of her fighting qualities.
I think the reason why I thought that is because the double faults, 5-2, kind of gave me the impression that the serve wasn't working that well. It wasn't working brilliantly, but it was just slightly better. The Japanese, but you can tell all kinds of stories with stats, can't you?
Yeah, I don't think stats a lot of the time necessarily reveal the story of a match. Sometimes they can be a little bit misleading.
Second set. Did De Groot to serve.
One is definite is that she took the first one 7-5 in 45 minutes.
Love.
She'll want to try and get a good start as well here, the Dutch woman. Just needs to try and assert some pressure on Kamiji. Just needs to get something going, doesn't she? It's been a bit stop-start.
Fault. Fault. 15-0.
Oh, that's gorgeous. What a return that is. Knife back down the line on the backhand. Some exquisite shots today, has Kamiji.
Out.
Yeah,
30
just
all.
long. Just long. But it felt quite good when it left her racket. It didn't come down in time.
Out. 30-40.
It's just a step away from quality of De Groot at the moment. Kamiji is bossing this match, very surprisingly, but here comes a break point. Second serve to look at. How aggressive will she be?
Net second service.
Oh, got away with that, didn't she?
Very aggressive is the answer.
Game.
Very aggressive. And
First game, second
early
set.
break in set number 2. What are we witnessing here?
That is a very good question. 5 out of 5 break points. Hasn't made any errors on them. She's been so good, and the return really has been a standout, especially that forehand side. Any time she's got the opportunity to move in, she has come up with something special, and she did again there on that break point.
Got 2 players on court who don't give a lot away. If you're trying to get some kind of facial indication, not a lot from Yui and not a lot from Dida, to be absolutely honest.
I think the most expression we saw from Kamiji was a puff of the cheeks, wasn't it? And that's pretty much all the emotion we've seen.
Well, she's got a chance to build on this and keep ramping up the pressure on the world number 1. Nice early break.
Fault. Fault. Love 15. Love 30. Love 40. Net for service. Game, De Groot.
Self-inflicted
One game
wounds there from Kamiji after doing all the hard work in the opening service game with De Groot. Basically handed that break back on a plate. But 1 apiece, but Kamiji, that first set already in her pocket.
That sounds really close to me. Even De Groot was having a look.
She can't see it. There it comes. Oh, he is. Yeah. Just above us.
Correction, the ball's good.
Oh, gosh. Can we jump in? A sneeze.
That's a good overall, though. Clearly on the line.
Love
Something's off
15.
today. Can't put my finger on it, can you?
No, I'm not quite sure. For me, it's just been the energy. Normally, we're so used to seeing her really being aggressive, but just hasn't quite had that today.
And the amount of returns on that first serve,
Love 30.
where Kamiji has just managed to rip it back at it. And this has been a fairly regulation recurring thing. First ace.
15,
Maybe there
30.
could be an element of fatigue, though. She had such a long match, didn't she, yesterday against Griffian?
She's playing doubles here as well, so matches. But that's very uncharacteristic.
15,
That's the kind of thing I'm
14.
talking about. Is how often do you see De Groot do that?
Not very. But it just looked like she wasn't in position. But again, it's just that split step slow, isn't it? And she just looks a little bit indecisive about what she wants to do.
2 more break points and the second serve to look at it. I know she did last time on the second serve on break point. Can she do it again?
Thirty, 40.
Landed in. Miscalculation by Kamiji there. She was sure that was going long, but it didn't. The group might be saying that was a miss-hit, but it doesn't matter. Fell in. Not going to get to that.
Deuce.
A mini rescue act here by the Dutch woman to bring it back from 15-40 to deuce, but still some work to be done.
Fault. Advantage. Kamiji.
Double faults keep racking up, don't they?
7 of them now.
Out.
That's going long.
Again, Kamiji.
Didn't have to do too much work at the back end of that game to break
Kamiji
again.
leads 2 games to 1.
And how many times has De Groot actually held her serve today? Twice.
Not many is the answer.
Broken twice in this set alone.
Yeah, twice. Only held her serve twice in this whole match. That is very unlike her.
No. It's new balls coming out. That's probably why the umpire just made his way down off the top. I think it's new balls coming out. Yeah. As we've reached the 16th game coming up. I keep seeing some spots of rain.
Don't say
No,
it, Bob. Don't
no.
say it. We can pretend like it's not happening. We've done well to get any place so far, considering how wet it was earlier in the day.
Yeah, more than the sprinkling of rain earlier. It's going to be a bit of a chat to her coaching team,
Time.
I think. Coaching team, probably just a coach, but as long as she manages to work her way out of any kind of cul-de-sac or maze she might be in, but it's a very un-Dida de Groot type performance, this. Yeah, flashes of brilliance, which you kind of expect from the world number 1, but not enough of it.
No. Just needs a bit of inspiration, doesn't she? Just something to get the adrenaline going.
So looks the plane coming directly overhead. That's what's happening now. So changing the wind direction and it's going directly over our heads. In fact, probably the closest it's been this week.
Out. 15 love.
Yes. Chris will look back from De Groot as to whether that was long. I think it was.
I think she thought it felt good off the racket. Normally players know as soon as they make contact with the ball whether it's going to be in or out.
That was definitely it.
15 all.
No doubt about that. Done that a few times today.
I've done that quite a few times where the ball's just bounced off my foot and scuppered the rhythm.
To the back of the net. Needed a perfect
15-30.
finish because she constructed that point really nicely there up to once she put it into the net.
Fault.
Well, I was about to say what it gets. Well, it was
15,
initially
40.
but, bettered, trumped if you like, by De Groot. Back points.
That's been a standout shot for me, that forehand inside out.
30, 40.
You wonder if maybe De Groot's got to try and cover that one when she sees it. And give Kamiji the inside in shot. Give her a different look at least.
Out. Deuce.
She's played the big points well today, hasn't she, Kamiji?
Yeah, first serve when it's working. It's working very well today. It's a very potent weapon. Forcing De Groot to overhit again.
Kamiji.
Another error, though, that we're not used to seeing from her.
I have the breakdown of unforced errors, but it's been fairly sizable today for the Dutch woman. She is
Again,
working
Kamiji.
her around like a spinning top.
Balls change. Kamiji leads 3 games to 1.
She really is, isn't she? And that forehand has been so good this time again, choosing to go inside in. She's had so much variety in her game. She's had such good depth and such good width.
Wow.
Who would have predicted this
Well,
scoreline?
I don't think too many people would. Doubt she would herself, to be honest. The encounters, remember, she's not beaten her since 2021. 29 wins in a row. Run me a picture. That's right on the line.
Love 15.
I do say persistence is key, don't they? And those numbers will certainly prove that. And she's able to get over the line today.
aggression as well.
I don't know whether she
15
had
all.
that and she left it, or whether it's just out of her reach. We'll be able to see here. She guessed the right. Almost looked like maybe she left it thinking it was just going to dip wide.
Net for service.
Well, she could put
15,
together
13.
quite a show reel of shots like that in this match. Backhand down the line. It's working very effectively.
Fault.
It's long.
Fault. 15, 14.
So a little sign of frustration there from Dida.
Not surprised. I doubt she would involve too many singles encounters in recent times, where she served 8 double faults. 2 more break points for 4-1 lead for Kamiji.
Fault. Game. Kamiji. Kamiji leads 4 games to 1
today. This is very lackluster for a player of her quality.
Yeah, it's a tough one, isn't it? She doesn't look like she's got too much energy out there, just looks very flat. We kind of said it at the start of the match, it's just been like that pretty much for the whole duration of this contest so far. She just hasn't really been able to get anything going, and the serve's sort of been the story of it. Like you said, 9 double faults now. We're so not used to seeing that from her. Normally she is able to find a moment of magic, she's able to find a spark, but it just hasn't been that way today. Take nothing away from Kamiji though with the way that she has played. Obviously saving those set points in the first set could have been a very, very different outlook on this match.
Now, if we're thinking this and we're watching on,
Time.
what does Kamiji think here at this stage?
I think she's got to try and put the scoreboard out of her head. I think she's got to make sure that she doesn't look too far ahead. You've got to just take it 1 point at a time. It's that old cliche, isn't it? Just 1 point at a time, focus on the process, not the outcome. She's got to keep thinking about what it is that's got her into this position, and she can't afford to back off and hope that Dida's going to give this to her, because she won't. She's got to go out and grab it with both hands.
She's got double break in this second set. If she can hold on to her serve here, it'll be 5-1. She'll be almost there.
Fault.
Oh, that's better.
Low 15.
Yeah, it's much, much better from the touch one, pretty out of range. Kamiji. Some jackets going on.
Love 30.
Yeah, probably up as well now. It's not going to be long before they get pulled off.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pausing the match for a moment to see what will happen with the rain.
Yeah, not looking terribly encouraging, got to say, out of our commentary box window. Let's see what our app says at the moment. It says 48 minutes of light rain, I'm afraid.
Not the news we wanted to hear. I'm sure not the news that Kamichi wanted to hear either. Especially with the scoreboard the way it is.
Yeah, almost certain we're going to have to suspend this match. And the forecast has changed a lot in the last hour. And all I can tell you is the rain is now due from 4 o'clock onwards.
For the whole day?
Yeah. According to our app, the next time there's no rain on the radar is 2 a.m.
Looks like we're in for a long night then.
Yeah. Bought your sleeping bag.
Absolutely.
Bought your Horlicks.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm afraid it does not look good. We did have what we thought was maybe an hour or 2 hour window. But if they are to believe what I'm seeing right here, that rain's forecast for the next hour. There's a little wind for about 5 minutes and then seems to start up again. Afraid we are looking doomed now. I'm not quite sure what happens with this match, because how will they complete it? They have to take it indoors, potentially finish it off there, because it needs to be done today. Now it's started.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one, isn't it, for the organisers? Obviously, they want to give it every chance to finish outside, but with the weather forecast looking as it is, it's probably going to be a tough ask for that to happen.
Yeah, well, they obviously can't play on during this, because it's still coming down. It's not very heavy, but it's heavy enough to prevent. We're obviously inside a commentary box, so we're just kind of peering from inside out, but I just don't see them restarting in this.
And to be fair, the umpire is going to check on the baselines and see how the court's feeling.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to like what he feels. I've got an awful feeling it's going to be.
I mean, the rain has virtually stopped. It's very, very light drizzle.
But
so potentially they might try and get them on.
Here we go. Come on, Mr. Perot, I'm going to say. Go back on. Yeah. I think he's asking for guidance on this. So the players will get consulted as well.
It does look like their committee looks like she's getting ready to go. Jumper's coming off again. Yeah, they're back out.
Okay. Well, they want this done, quite frankly. This is torrential. I suppose, you know, if the players say, well, okay, we'll play as long as it doesn't get ridiculous out there, and take our chances, because otherwise I can't see too many other options for them today. If it is going to rain for the rest of the day, then we cannot conclude this match on grass. And we are quite close, potentially quite close towards getting a resolution in this if Kamiji was to go on and win it. So yeah, we're going to try, which is it's good for the tournament, good of the umpire too to let them do it. You're right, the rain is not as heavy as it was when it started a few minutes ago. It's still there, not dried up completely, but players are going to take their chances, so we will start up again. Well, let's be honest, that really does give Kamichi the hurry up here. She needs to try and get back in this game.
Fault.
If Degroot breaks, maybe the chance of finishing this is less likely.
love 40. Game the group. Camille
There's
leads
a break.
4 games to 2.
One of the 2 break backs she needs. This group brings it back to 4-2. Now some new towels have arrived because obviously the grips are going to get wet now. So that's going to be another element. Some new fluffy white towels have appeared on court number 1 just to help potentially with grip problems.
Maybe that 5-minute break as well was just what Dida de Groot needed. Just gave her a chance to regroup, even if it was just for a short period of time.
And, she's only held on to her serve twice in the match. Yeah, she'll want this done, won't she? She had 2 absolutely cast
15
iron chances of putting that ball away, did Kamiji. She didn't take either of them.
That's what I was mentioning
15
earlier,
all.
wasn't I? Just saying that she's really still got to be aggressive. She's got to go after this. She's been so clinical in this match so far.
A bit too much this time.
You can hear the Japanese camp just outside our commentary box, can't you? They're really giving all their energy to Kamiji. They want her to get another break here.
Second serve.
Potential double fault, especially the wind is picking up. Oh, you could see that coming from the ball toss.
40.
There was no way that serve was going over the net.
Called it. And I will call 10 double faults.
Hugely surprising number.
That's going to do it. That's the break.
Game Kamiji.
Wow.
Kamiji leads 5 games to 2.
7-5, 5-2. Now she has a chance, a really good chance too, of having this all settled in 4 points. Now they will change over. I don't think they don't want to hang around too long because it's like the umpire to just cut down on this break really. So a couple of minutes here and there can make a lot of difference today.
Yeah, it really could.
Wow. Now, she's in a position now she has not been in for 3.5 years.
Don't remind her. I think
she won't hear me, fortunately, but
no.
But last time she was able to beat Dida de Groot was 30 matches ago. February 2021, Melbourne Open.
Time.
Now, is she remembering that? Is she thinking about that? What is she thinking about going into this potentially last game? What's her strategy? I suggest keep going and do what you're doing so far. It has worked. 7-5. Now with the brilliant chance of victory over the world number one. And it doesn't come around too often. Only 15 times prior to today, and 61 encounters has she done it.
There's that forehand again. I've waxed
15
lyrical
love.
about it, haven't I? De Groot just not been able to read it. And she finds another one. Just look at the way she maneuvers the chair out the way. The ball couldn't have placed it much better.
There's that ball on a piece of string today.
Parity love.
2 points away.
There's a few more of those.
30-15.
We just haven't seen that enough today from De Groot. There's been moments of brilliance, but just too many errors. Finds another one. Is this the start of the most unlikely comeback?
What Kamichi would give for a first ace. De Groot's had one. She hasn't had one yet. Too short.
30-40.
It was a hit me ball, wasn't it? Just a hit me ball. From being 30 love up, she's now 30-40.
Game, De Groot.
Yeah, first she got rather tight
5 games to 3.
towards the end of that game. I think she tried, came off, but on the positive side for the Japanese, it's still one break in her favour. The way the De Groot serve's been today, she actually quite fancy breaking her again.
I was going to say exactly the same thing. I still don't think she'll be too concerned. Like you said, De Groot's just held serve twice today in the whole match.
She would have loved to have had a shot like
Low
that.
15.
2 points.
$15
And that forehand has just been so good
15,
today.
30.
She's had De Groot moving all over the court. She's opened up the spaces so well. And again, just 2 points away from victory. One of the best serves from Dida de Groot today. When she needed it the most, skidding through the court into the body, jamming Kamiji up.
Parity 40.
First match point for Yui Kamiji. First championship point for Kamiji. And she'll have a second serve to look at as well. 1 point away from being the British Open champion 2024.
Oh, she'll want that return back again. De Groot did so well on that second serve. I'm sure the double faults that she's hit would have been in the back of her mind. Went after it though.
Out. Advantage. Kamiji.
So let's do it all over again. Kamiji will be hoping for a different outcome this time on her second championship point. Well, any player in women's singles is going to get to a ball like that. It is going to be Dida de Groot. So 2 match stroke championship points saved, but let's say it's not going to be another one coming fairly soon.
And there is another incredible return from Kamiji.
Third time lucky, perhaps, for the Japanese. 30-year-old Japanese. They'll be all over this one. And she gets it. And she does it.
2 sets still up. 7-5, 6-3.
3.5 years it has taken Yui Kamiji to beat the world #1, but she does it on grass. First ever victory on this surface.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, please show your appreciation and put your hands together for our players, Dida de Groot and Yui Kamiji.
Head now, 46-16.
We will present the trophy to our winner very shortly. So please do stay in your seats for the prize-giving ceremony coming up very soon here on Court 1 at the Lexus British Open.
I was expecting a more smiley-looking Kamiji. I think she realises the enormity of what she's just done. And it is, in terms of the memory bank, it's been a long time. Here are the stats.
Yeah, I mean, it was a topsy-turvy encounter, wasn't it? Kamiji was just so good, and you can just see outside our commentary box getting the high fives and all the praise from her team. It was such a good performance, wasn't it? De Groot wasn't the usual Dida that we know and we've come to see over the last few years, but all credit to Kamiji. Very, very similar numbers, wasn't it? And it was just those 6 points, and I think everything changed, didn't it, from that 5-3 game where she had a couple of set points and she wasn't able to convert them. Kamiji just got better and better as the match went on, and De Groot just wasn't able to find anything. She wasn't able to string anything together, and Kamiji thoroughly deserved her victory today.
Now, what's that going to mean vis-a-vis next week when we expect these two probably to go head-to-head in the final again?
That's a good question. I mean, you look at the way that Dida was today, and it wasn't the Dida that we know. She just looked very flat, maybe just an element of fatigue, so I'm sure she's going to rest up ahead of next week. And obviously Kamiji got the win today, but you'd still have to say that she's the overwhelming favourite for next week, Dida de Groot.
It was not a lucky win, beautifully constructed with so many winners, so many really good winners, both on the forehand and the backhand side. And she's played a smart game throughout. There were a couple of times where she might have just lost a bit of rhythm. She did on her serve when she was serving for the match, but yeah, to break de Groot so many times during the course of that match, she only held serve twice. It must be a long time since that's happened involving the world number 1.
I think it was a combination of the two, wasn't it? Kamiji was super aggressive on her returning, especially with that forehand return, and Dida obviously threw in those 10 double faults. She wasn't able to make as many first serves as she probably would have wanted. Gave Kamiji a lot of look at second serves, but I think we can't take anything away from Yui Kamiji today. She was just the better player on the day.
Yeah, we kept waiting for kind of Rolls-Royce tennis playing of de Groot to kick in. Never really happened. A couple of decent games where she looked like she might be slipping back into that 5th gear, but it didn't happen for long enough. And it is Yui Kamiji who gets a rare victory in recent years anyway against the world number 1. So the perfect preparation for what's going to be, I would say, inevitably head-to-head in what, 8 days' time at Wimbledon 2024. Just getting the presentation party ready, getting the trophies ready, and can we just take it all in? As we know, she's had a chat with her Japanese crew. Will be absolutely thrilled and delighted that she found her way through. I'll be interested. Hopefully, we'll hear from both players to hear if there is any kind of problem with Dida. I'm sure she'll be gracious enough not to maybe tell us much about that today, if that is the case. But so rare that we actually, I can't actually remember a time when I've actually described a Dida de Groot defeat. Doesn't happen very often, but there you go. A nicely constructed match from Yui Kamiji. 3 years Dida de Groot's senior. And so she just passed 600 wins on the tour. That's only win number 601 for her, and only defeat number 69 for Dida on the tour. Remember, she's been going for a long time now, 8 years or so. The introductions and the presentation is just about to start. Obviously, I'll try and get this done before any more rain appears. The forecast is for a little lull now, but I'm afraid not for very long before the rain clouds head our way again to SW15. Chances of getting our doubles final away, or certainly completed, at this stage looks unlikely, but I'm sure they'll give it a go and see how we go, but it's not looking overly promising.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Lexus British Open Roehampton Trophy presentation for the women's singles. First, congratulations to our players on a great final and a fantastic tournament. Congratulations to your teams, families, and of course your coaches too. A round of applause, please, for our players. And a big thank you too to today's chair umpire, Luiz Parada from Brazil. A massive thanks to all of the teams that have worked this week to support the tournament, including Drew, Jason, Ian and the All England Lawn Tennis Club grounds crew and court services team. Thanks to our tournament referee, Tom Kinglock, our assistant referee, Chris Mann, the control desk team as well, Tim, Mel and JP, and all the chair umpires. More thanks to the doctors, Rebecca and Dave, and also Glenn and Marcus, our tournament physio and massage therapist. James, who has done an excellent job again this week, fixing any issues with players' sports chairs this week. And thank you to the All England Lawn Tennis Club duty managers, security, catering and traffic management teams as well. Thanks to our stringers, ticketing team, Faith for managing accreditation and Taylor for managing the media office. Thank you as well to our tournament director, Kirsty Thompson, and her team of Becky, Louise Hunt and Holly Milligan for all of their hard work in planning the tournament and delivering the tournament this week. Thanks to TJ and all of our volunteers for their hard work this week, and a big thank you to also our tournament sponsor, Lexus, for their support through the entire week. And of course, also, thank you to you as well, the fans, either here in person or watching on the LTA's live stream on YouTube. Thank you for your support this week. We hope you have enjoyed the tournament and the outstanding tennis you've seen on our courts this week. Now, to present the Lexus British Open trophies, please welcome the tournament director, Kirsty Thompson. And please, can I welcome our runner-up, our finalists, onto court. It is, please, a big round of applause for Dee the Crooks. Dee, I'll get a couple of words from you over here. Dee, unlucky today, an amazing final though. What was it like to play in for you and, well, your opponent? She is tough to beat, isn't she?
Yes. Props to Yui, she played really well today. We haven't met each other on grass too many times before. But you did really well. Congrats to you and your team. Yeah, tough match, but I think I fought with all the power that I had, so it wasn't enough today.
You've played each other so many times. It must be so difficult to try and find an edge each time you play each other because you know each other's game so well.
Yes, we know each other very well. But it's good to see that both of us are still evolving, still trying to find new ways. And Yui really played well today, so she did really good. For now, I'm just happy to have a few more days of training as well, because it's just preparation and on to next week.
Absolutely. Just a few words on the Lexus British Open, the first time it's been held on grass. Have you enjoyed your time with us this week here at Roehampton?
Yeah, it's really special to be here. I'd like to thank Kirsty, Louise, your team, the LTA and Roehampton Tennis Club for hosting this event. It's really good to have a very good preparation ahead of Wimbledon. I think all of the players have also noticed that it's quite tough to play a very big tournament ahead of Wimbledon. The grass demands a lot of us, a lot of our shoulders. We're going to have a nice rest now, but thank you so much for hosting us, and I'll definitely be back.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dee de Groot. And now, if you could please welcome your champion onto court to collect the trophy. It is, of course, from Japan, Yui Kamiji. Yui, I'll get a few words from you over here. Yui, congratulations. How does it feel to be the champion once again of the Lexus British Open?
Yeah, it's still a little bit unbelievable. Believable. So I'm sorry that I'm speechless, but I'd like to thank you to Dieter and your team. Such a great final today, and I think we both had a difficult week on grass court because our first tournament for this year on grass court. Yeah, and I'm really happy with my performance today and win the title and beat against Dieter and it's like many mean for me, and I'd like to thank to my team as well and supporting people who in here who are out here or in Japan or wherever. Yeah.
Well said, well said. Congratulations once again. Just a couple of words on Didi, because she's such a tough opponent. You two know each other so well. What does it take to beat her in a final like this?
As you know, she has power and she has good movement. She has almost everything. So it's just a little bit to need to find to be better, to be good. So yeah, it was really difficult. But yeah, I think I hope it's not my best. Like I can improve more than today, that I believe. But yeah, at the moment, I'm really happy with my performance today. Yeah.
Congratulations once again. We've loved watching you, and we look forward to future battles, of course, between the two of you as well. Ladies and gentlemen, your champion, Yui Kamiji.
A third British Open title for the Japanese. 2017, and prior to that, 2014 were her last two victories. And yeah, the grass does certainly take its toll on you. Dieter's going to enjoy.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we will now present the trophies for the quad singles final as well. Please welcome our players onto court. It was Sam Schroeder and Niels Vink. First of all, if we could please have our finalists, Sam Schroeder onto court one here in the Lexus British Open. Sam, congratulations. Sam, congratulations on getting to the final. Tell me how that match was and how much you've enjoyed the week here at the Lexus British Open.
Well, I'm going to be honest, it was not my best match, but it's been a great week. You know, we're all here to prepare for Wimbledon, so it's really great to add this tournament to that preparation. I'm glad the weather cleared up a bit, but hopefully it'll stay good for the rest of the day. I really enjoyed being here this week, and I want to thank Kirsty and Louise and all the team, everyone who was here and made this tournament possible. I think it's a great addition to our grass court season, so I really look forward to hopefully being back next year.
We're preparing you for Wimbledon with not only the grass courts, but also the weather as well.
Yeah, well, I hope we don't get too much rain at Wimbledon, so yeah, we'll see.
Well done once again this week. We've loved having you here. Ladies and gentlemen, Sam Schroeder.
Thank you.
And now, please welcome your champion in the quad singles. It is Niels Vink. And we'll have a few words with Niels now. Niels, well done, congratulations, the champion of the Lexus British Open. How does that feel?
Yeah, it feels amazing. Because I had a really tough period at the start of the year with injuries and some private stuff, so I'm very happy to win this tournament.
It's been a great week, hasn't it, on the grass, and have you enjoyed each day this week? Obviously a new location here in Roehampton. You can't ask for a better place to play tennis, can you?
No, I really enjoyed this week. I think it's amazing to play this tournament as a preparation for Wimbledon. It's a really good step forward. And yeah, like you already said, I really enjoyed playing on these courts, playing every match, every practice, and playing on grass.
And how much confidence going into next week at Wimbledon with the title of Lexus British Open champion have for you?
Yeah, a very good confidence because, yeah, like I said, I'm having my confidence back and really looking forward for next week, and hopefully I can reach this level again.
Well, well played this week. We've loved having you here, so congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, your champion of the Lexus British Open, Niels Fink. And that concludes our prize-giving ceremony for now, here on Court 1 at the Lexus British Open. And we hope to have more play for you very soon.
And more play, if weather allows, and the rain is imminent, I'm afraid, is the women's doubles final on Court 1. The men's doubles final we were going to bring you straight away has been moved to Court 2. If we get a chance to come back, we'll try and update you on that later on. But it's going to be the women's doubles final, weather permitting, in a few minutes' time.
Ah, you know. Let's go. No problem. You're welcome. Just get a few deals with the code, I think. I think for us, they want. Check one on your phone as well?
We already have a phone.
You already have one? Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. No worries. Congratulations. That's the key.
So, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Court 1 here at the Lexus British Open Roehampton for finals day. And please welcome onto court our players for the women's doubles final. It's, of course, Yui Kamiji, Kotatsu Monjani, Li Xiaowei and Xu Zhenjian for this women's doubles to get underway shortly. Our players will take part in an extended warm-up ahead of this women's doubles final on Court 1 at the Lexus British Open. So whilst they warm up, let me introduce you to our finalists. To the umpire's left, it's Yui Kamiji, of course, on court just a few moments ago, winning the singles finals. And her playing partner, Kotatsu Monjani. Yui Kamiji is 30 years of age and has been playing wheelchair tennis since the age of 11. Currently ranked number 2 in the world in both the singles and doubles game. She has won an outstanding 101. That's actually 102 singles titles now. 6 of those titles have come in 2024, in fact 7, after the earlier final in the singles. Most recently, of course, she's won here at the Lexus British Open at Roehampton. In the doubles game, she has won 95 events. 6 of those titles have come this year alongside her playing partner today, Kotatsu Monjani. Kotatsu Monjani is 38 years of age and started playing wheelchair tennis, age 19. The left-hander has 41 singles titles to her name and 62 doubles titles. All 5 of her doubles titles in 2024 have come whilst playing with her partner today, Yui Kamiji. Monjani is ranked number 2 in the world in the doubles game. Together, the pair have 14 doubles titles together, including 2 Grand Slam titles, and they are the reigning doubles Masters champions as well. Give it up for Yui Kamiji and Kotatsu Monjani. And to the umpire's right, Li Xiaowei is 24 years of age and plays right-handed. In doubles, she has 10 titles to her name, 3 of which have come in 2024. 2 of those wins have come with her playing partner today in what is a new partnership for the pair. Xu Zhenjian has 44 titles in the doubles game. The 35-year-old left-hander is currently ranked number 4 in the world in doubles. And to reach today's final, Li Xiaowei and Xu Zhenjian beat the formidable Dutch pairing of Didi de Groot and Jiske Griffioen in yesterday's semi-final. Give it up for Li Xiaowei and Xu Zhenjian. The umpire for this women's doubles final is David Armente from Colombia.
New balls, ball change, please. Three minutes. Two minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, Xiaowei Li Shenshenxu won the toss and chose to serve. One minute. Thirty seconds. End of warm-up.